Guys, Canelo obviously had an impressive win against Rocky Fielding. But I do think Canelo... The thing is, when you're such a big star like Canelo is, people give you a lot of stick when you fight someone like Rocky Fielding and just walk straight through him. Obviously, it was an opportunity for for Canelo to win a third, for a world title at a third weight category. But it was just a case where Rocky Fielding just wasn't on his level, and it just seemed like a total mismatch. And people give you a lot of stick, and I do think there's probably pressure on DAZN. And DAZN, from what Eddie Hearn was saying, want Canelo to fight Danny Jacobs, or they want him to dive into Cinco de Mayo in a big fight. I think they either want Golovkin or they want Jacobs, somebody that would be very competitive. That's a tough fight for him. I do think the Golovkin fight's the biggest fight there for him financially, but now that Canelo's got the guaranteed money, he's probably not too bothered, if I'm totally honest with you. I do think he'd still want to fight Golovkin just to set the record straight and beat Golovkin well, so don't be surprised if they make that. But there are rumours that Golovkin might go with Al Haymon and PBC, which would make that a very difficult fight to make. However, Oscar De La Hoya did say that they want to make the biggest and best fights, and De La Hoya doesn't have a great relationship with Al Haymon, but I think he said Eric Gomez has a very good relationship with Al Haymon, and he said, I can put my ego aside. I don't have a greatest relationship with Al Haymon, but I'll put my ego aside and let Eric make those big fights. He goes, but we're all about the fans and we're all about making the best fights. And really, even now, I know Eddie Hearn's saying is that Jacobs and Canelo's the biggest fight in the middleweight division. I still think Golovkin and Canelo is the biggest fight. Don't get me wrong, it happened in the third time, although they were two great fights, do people want to see that again? I don't know. I would love to see it again, just to get a decisive winner, because even the second time, although most people second time did think Canelo got that decision, first time people thought Golovkin won. Second time, I think majority of people probably thought Canelo won. And I think third time, the people want a decisive winner. I do think third time Canelo would be a lot, he'd beat Golovkin a lot more conclusively, and it'd be more decisive. And I just think, I think Golovkin now is on the slide, and Canelo's at his prime now. He's at his prime, and he's getting better and better every time I see him. It wasn't the way, like he was always going to beat Fielding, but it was the way he beat him. He just dispatched of him and beat him easy. And he didn't have no trouble. It was just he didn't even get out of first gear. So he beat Fielding the way an elite fighter should beat somebody of that level. And I feel that he's probably one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world right now, Canelo Alvarez. And I think he could, in my opinion, I would pick him against every middleweight out there, even Charlo, even Jacobs, Andrade, all of them. Golovkin, I'll pick him, Billy Joe Saunders, I'll pick him against everyone right now, because, like I said, he's got the momentum, he's a great fighter, he's powerful, and I think he beats them all. I think he's that good. I think he's fast, he's got power. It's the way he beat Fielding, he just boshed him and battered him. I think he's going to be a hard man to beat. He's going to be a very hard man to beat. But leave your thoughts, guys. Who do you think Canelo should fight next? Guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.